Hey everybody, Roman versus with the Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
The extremely tired Deboya Harm.
Oh my god. I feel like you've done that one before.
I probably have, but I don't know if it's the wrestling fatigue or the idiocy at my place of work, but
or a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's okay. We get to do it again tonight with Monday Night Raw, and I already read a spoiler that I don't like.
Oh, that's not good.
You're going to hate it when you see it later. If this is an actual thing, you're going to hate it. I will give you a hint. It involves Becky Lynch.
Okay. Okay. So SummerSlam. We're going to do both nights. We're going to start off with night one. Before anything else, I mean, overall thoughts were it was an okay show. I feel like we're both in agreement for the most part. Night two was better than night one. If it wasn't for the two main surprises, though, that we got at the end of each show, it would have been a fine pay-per-view.
Yeah. It was getting through the emotions and paint by numbers in a lot of ways. The SummerSlam, it was. Especially night one, which we'll get into right now, that was such a drag to get through until the very end. Mm-hmm. Night two was fun. Every match other than Solo and Jacob was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. So night one kicks off with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson and Bronson, attorneys at law. So if you wanted to piss me off 15 minutes into the show, they did it. Mm-hmm. Jey Uso took 10 minutes to get into the ring. Mm-hmm. Winded the entire time Roman's making his entrance. Winded from the long walk through the crowd of MetLife Stadium, through 60,000 people through MetLife Stadium, winded. And then you knew this was a tag match with him and Roman Reigns, where he was going to be the one doing most of the wrestling. Roman's just there to get the hot tag at the end. So this man, who is already having problems with his cardio, had to do 70% of this match. On top of the fact that as soon as this match started, they started brawling, and they knock out Braun and Bronson to the outside, and Jey and Roman do this to restart his music at SummerSlam, and I'm just like, why are we doing this? What is happening? Why is this a thing? Like. Jey is over. I get it. But I don't need his music for 10 minutes on an intro and then another 3 minutes after the match starts. That doesn't make sense.
It makes sense if his character is a cartoon character.
Yeah. The match was fine. The majority of this match was Braun and Bronson beating down Jey until he can make the hot tag to Roman, and then super kick, spear, Superman punch. There was one spot where Braun Breaker goes for the spear on Jey, and Roman sacrifices himself, pushes Jey out of the way, and takes the spear for him, which is so out of character for Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. That's something you would see Jey do in the Bloodline, or Jimmy do in the Bloodline for Roman.
Yep.
So Roman is returning the favor and understanding a little bit. The evolution of his character is like, I'm going to protect my family now.
Yep.
Eventually, you get the baby faces get the win. The cousins Usos get the win. Roman gets the validation of beating down the guys who stole his shoes. Like this was.
They still walked out with the shoes, though.
They still walked out with the shoes because they were around. They were around Paul Heyman's neck when he left them.
Like, that made no sense to me. I thought he would have gotten his shoes back, but apparently not. Apparently that's going to be a
Um,
prop for some time to come.
oh no, whatever. Braun Breaker apparently got hurt. Hopefully not too bad, but he was limping later in the show. And then Sunday during his meet and greet, they had this aerial footage of him limping, trying to get to his table. So hopefully he's not too hurt, but Braun Breaker did get hurt. I don't know on what. I've been saying
Probably that spot on that table.
I was going to say, I've been saying for weeks or months, he needs to stop doing that clothesline where he jumps from the ring apron to the announce desk, and it just there's so many things that can go wrong on that spot for such little payoff.
Yeah,
there's no like without that, it doesn't make the match any worse.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. But yeah. It was fine. Like I said, it was a decent enough match. It was a good way to start off the show, but then this show goes off a cliff.
That's basically what I was going to say. It was the one of the very few matches we predicted accurately.
God!
Because night one was
we just 2-4 in the first night.
Yeah, it was like a cluster F of just bad booking decisions. So this is the one that went in, we were confident. We were like, the baby faces have to win, especially they followed the trope of how they ended the show off this week. We figured, they're definitely going to win at the pay-per-view, and that's essentially what we got. So it was a fair enough match. I agree with you. It was a fun way to start off the match. Roman and Paul always used to say, if you're not last, you got to be first. Just don't be in the middle. And that's what it is. It kicks off the show in a way that it's fun, and you already set the tone for the rest of the night. All right, cool. Because you want that bookend. You want to start off hot, and you want to finish off really hot. And they started it off hot.
Yeah.
I love when he does the bring it back because it pisses you off so much.
It pisses me off so much. I
love it.
That wasn't even the most pissed off I was during this entire show.
Oh no,
we'll get to that later. All right, so then we get Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Good match.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte and Alexa come out still playing on the "we're not friends" thing, but they're doing these little things on their entrance.
That was just awkward.
They're teasing each other. We're not friends. Oh, I poke you. I poke you. I try to give you a high five. You didn't see me give you a high five. Like, they're doing these things where they're just annoying each other, and then they stand at the bottom of the thing, mm-hmm. and they're staring at each other, and they both disrobe at the same time. And I'm just like, what the hell are they doing? Like, I was just like, all right, I guess. I didn't like Charlotte's gear. I'm just looking at Charlotte's gear. Again, I made a point of it during the stream. I'm looking at it again. Charlotte had on like this one-piece turquoise blue suit, but it had on like 7,000 pieces of costume jewelry attached to it. Like, it was just ugly. This was a good match. A lot of back and forth. Did not like the booking towards the end. So towards the end of the match, we can just shoot right to the end. Charlotte and Roxanne are legal. And Charlotte is setting up Roxanne for... No, Roxanne and Charlotte are like jostling. And Alexa goes to punch Roxanne in the back of the head. And Roxanne ducks, and she knocks Charlotte Flair out. Mm-hmm. And Charlotte and Alexa's face, she sold it great. And then Raquel wipes out Alexa. Eventually, Alexa gets back on the ring apron, tags herself in. She's setting up Roxanne for the Sister Abigail DDT, and the camera work was great because you see Charlotte over her shoulder setting up for a big boot. And it looks like she's so angry that Alexa punched her in the face that she's going to take out Alexa. And Alexa's worried. Alexa, even though she's holding Roxanne, and Roxanne is trying to like wriggle out of this thing, Alexa's looking at Charlotte and to see if her friend is gonna turn on her. And no, Charlotte was actually setting up to take out Raquel, so that way she couldn't break up the Sister Abigail DDT. Alexa hits the Sister Abigail DDT, and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The first of many questionable booking decisions of this night.
Just such a bad idea. Ugh.
They don't need it. Like, Charlotte's a 14 times women's champion. Alexa's a 5-time women's champion. Their story is going to be getting Charlotte to get cheered by getting her to be friends with Alexa Bliss. Mm-hmm. You don't need the titles to do that story.
You don't.
If anything, it's more compelling if they lose, and then you can continue having them become friends, and they don't truly become friends until they win the championship later, or they have to truly become friends before they win the title. Like, that's how you tell that story. You don't just be like, oh, we're not really friends, but winning the championship will make us friends. No, you have to become friends first and then win the title. Like, it didn't make any sense.
And then I just hate it because what we were doing with the Judgment Day, it would have been better if Liv returned and, you know,
Roxanne and Raquel were still tag champs.
And they were still tag champs. You have that, like, quarrel of, like, who's the champ? Give me back my belt. What is going on with this relationship?
And then you have Raquel, like, in the middle, and was like, Liv, I love you, but Roxanne stepped up while you were gone, and it's not fair to take the title off of her just because you come back. That's a compelling story. Mm-hmm. But no, you take the titles off of them, and now the story is going to be Liv is just pissed at Roxanne because she took the pinfall and lost the titles.
Yeah.
Like, that's not as compelling. That's not as detail oriented. Like, again, I think too much about my wrestling storylines when I need to be more simplistic in the way they're told.
I agree. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I think it's compelling if there was a match for that tag title.
I don't want to do that. I gotta look it up. I'm pretty sure WCW did that at one point with, like, Kevin Nash and Sting.
Okay, and most stories are repeated in wrestling.
I know. You're gonna do a singles match to see who the other tag champion is.
Yes, like, with Raquel stuck in the middle, like you said, and
Raquel Rodriguez in a shark cage.
No, see, now you're going to. We already got that with Dom.
But Dom made it great.
I can't. But yeah, I just thought that was poor booking on Paul Levesque's part, but it's fine.
And talk about a segue, poor booking. The next match is Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. And I'm going to let you handle this one because I
was going to say I'm going to let you handle it because you had this super major crash out. Like, you were going insane when it happened. So for everybody who missed the live, the boy Harm decided to throw his headset and walk off and was gone for like a full minute before he returned because of how pissed off he was at this booking decision. We've been talking for a long time that they needed to do something with Karrion Kross. They needed to push him to the moon. The fans want it. He wants it. Everybody's behind this guy. And Sami does not need the win. Sami, for the most part, we know where we're getting with Sami down the line, which is a championship run. However, him beating Karrion does nothing for Sami. It doesn't elevate him. It doesn't, continue the character or the story. Nothing. It literally did nothing for him. Whereas Karrion, by him winning, you could now push the narrative of now Sami's changing and Karrion had a hand in that. Karrion could now move on to the next guy, maybe a feud with Cody. We talked about so many different options for Karrion. And instead, we said, no, we got to push Sami to the moon by doing this stupid booking decision. And it did nothing. It does nothing. So Sami picks up the win against Karrion Kross. And he literally, the other stupid part of it that I hated was they discussed on, I think it was SmackDown, right? Or was it Raw?
Raw.
He's like, oh, if I beat you, then you're going to admit that I was right all along, blah, blah, blah. Sammy goes, if I beat you, you're going to admit that I was right and you're going to leave me the hell alone, and so on and so forth. None of that happened. He beat him. He said, now you leave me alone, and you see Carrion mouth off. He's like, okay. That was it. There was no major conclusion to this. It was just like, all right, see you later. All right, bye. And that was it. And that's the end of the feud, allegedly. Who knows? Because at the same time, you've already proven that you have nothing for either one of these guys. You're going to do nothing with either of these guys. So who knows if they just continue it for the sake of continuing it.
There was when Karrion Kross was walking backstage with Scarlett, he was caught on WWE cameras saying, "This is not over. I'm going to attack him again next week." This is what I'm talking about. They've got nothing for him. Karrion Kross organically has gotten himself over. He creates his own videos. He comes out of his own pocket and and promotes his own videos. He had a whole documentary about the week of WrestleMania in his hometown where he was not on the card and shot it himself and got 700 or 800,000 people to watch this documentary. He went on GCW Bloodsport and had a great match. He wanted to do Bloodsport this year right before his Sami Zayn match. He wanted to do both shows and they told him no. Karrion Kross is a star. Whenever he's on TV, people love him. They literally chanted, "We want Kross" at Triple H out on the post show Saturday after he lost.
Well, they chanted him on Sunday too, and he didn't hear that. He heard something completely different.
A Kross win over Sami Zayn elevates Kross at least into a mid card so he can challenge somebody for a championship. Because I think that's what his ceiling is. I don't think Kross is a world title guy in WWE, but I think Kross is a mid card championship, and he can elevate that mid card title because he can tell stories with his mouth in a ways that other people cannot. He's compelling. Sami Zayn losing this match would not have hurt Sami Zayn. If anything, you make Sami Zayn a bigger babyface because he can still tell the thing of I'm the underdog, and I still haven't gotten my opportunity at a world championship because I've been so focused on this moron who keeps attacking me with steel pipe. And Sami Zayn winning this match does nothing. You're not going to have Sami Zayn go after Seth Rollins right now, and if you do, that's suicide for Sami Zayn. And you got to have Sami Zayn go after Cody Rhodes. Like, what are you doing with Sami Zayn? He doesn't need a win. Karrion Kross needed this win, and the only reason I think they didn't sign Karrion Kross didn't win this match because they're probably not planning on re-signing him, which is stupid.
That's what I took it as. I took it as this is probably the last time we see him.
Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
These women got 7 minutes. This was nothing. This match, we talked about this. They had a match on SmackDown a couple months back, which was a non-title match, and it was just bad. This, I'm not going to say it was just as bad, but there is nothing to write home about. The story of this match is Jade Cargill won Queen of the Ring, and the only memorable spot in the entire match is after she hits Jaded, she doesn't remember to pull Tiffany Stratton away from the ropes. She over-rotates, and Tiffany Stratton's foot gets on the rope for the rope break. That's it. That's how Jade Cargill lost this match, because from that point on, it was all Tiffany Stratton hitting Prettiest Moon Salt ever until she got the win. Mm-hmm. That's the entirety of the match. At one point, they are on the second rope. Jade goes for Jaded from the second rope. Tiffany reverses it, hits the Prettiest Moonsault ever, match over. Tiffany retains her championship.
So this is another match we got wrong because we
got this entire card wrong.
We didn't get the first match wrong, sir.
Okay. The only matches I got right were the first match
and the last match.
Oh no, Jelly Roll and I got the last match right. Yeah. Right, Jelly Roll lost.
Yeah, we got Jelly Roll wrong. So we got this one wrong. Because we made the case that this is finally going to be the time to push Jade. We thought that this was them pulling the trigger. We did not know that it was more of Tiffany. Now, I just don't know, where do you go from here for either one? Tiffany goes on to the next challenger, I guess, which I can't think of who that would be. And unless it's Jade still. I don't know if she's still, if they're gonna just keep pushing
I
that story,
can't.
because it kind of my thing is it kind of seems like every time we think that a story is over or a beef is over, they just keep going. So
Yeah.
we could say that this is over. We could say that it's time for the next challenger, but it could very well likely be just known we're just gonna do Jade again. So I don't know. I honestly don't know who you would put instead of her.
If you were going to do that, why wouldn't Jade just win and then you get Tiffany to have her rematch? Like, that would be the more logical booking sense.
The
Because
problem with what you said is you said logical booking. That's the problem. We so far this tonight, Saturday,
Saturday.
we did not have logical booking. None of this made sense, in our opinion.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of that SmackDown women's roster, and I got nothing. You're not going to do Nia Tiffany again.
You're not doing
You're not going to do
Chelsea.
Chelsea. You're not doing Chelsea. You're not doing Zelina.
Mm-mm.
Julia's the United States champion.
Yeah. B-Fab. Let's go.
No, absolutely not. You're not doing Mia Yim. You've done nothing with her. Like that, there's not a lot on SmackDown in the women's division.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's next, unless you have a call-up coming.
Yeah, I mean, you can do Jordan Grace.
Yeah. But I don't know if she's getting called up anytime soon.
I don't know. That's the Lash Legend. Like that's the there's not a lot there. There's not a lot. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out on Friday. But I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Nikki Bella.
So then we get. I'm gonna just keep going because
I'm saying not to win the title, but I'm saying Nikki
All
Bella
right,
because
so
she's still contracted to wrestle, and she already took out one legend in Trish.
All right, so I'm gonna go and say, spoiler alert for those of you who don't want it. Do you want it?
No, don't spoil
Okay.
anything for me. Something happened.
Okay. No, because Raw is tonight.
Okay, but you're saying spoiler alert, like you have something.
Because I was gonna. Okay.
Okay, keep going. What's the
What?
next match?
Okay. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton.
Oh, it's the thing you told me that it's gonna piss me off.
I hope it's wrong, but
Just tell me what it is.
That they're saying Becky's feud is going to be Nikki Bella for Clash of Paris. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for Clash of Paris.
That is so random. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. It makes more sense for her and Tiffany Stratton just because Tiffany has nobody. Unless you're going to do Nia Jax again.
Yeah.
To be honest. So, that is just so left field.
For a mid-card women's championship.
For a mid-card.
For a mid-card women's championship because it's Stephanie McMahon and Naomi at Clash of Paris.
Okay.
We're going to have 3 women's matches on that show. If Tiffany's on that show. Anyways.
Okay.
Okay. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. So we both picked Jelly Roll and Randy Orton.
Because that was the safest. If I had to put money on any of these matches that like this is definitively going to go, it would have been this match. Because I'm like, you got a celebrity guest coming in. They're not going to lose. They just got their asses handed to them on Friday.
Every week.
Yeah. And I'm just like, there's no rhyme or reason for why they would lose this match. It makes zero sense. Them losing the match does nothing for Drew nor Logan. So I'm like, whatever. This is in the bag. How did we get this wrong?
They literally said Jelly Roll is not a wrestler, so we're going to have him take the pinfall against the 2 wrestlers.
Yes.
That was the booking decision. We got this wrong because in the history of wrestling, celebrities coming in win. Lawrence Taylor beat Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 11. Floyd Mayweather beat, I know Floyd Mayweather's a boxer, but Floyd Mayweather beat Big Show. Logan Paul in his first match beat Miz. Bad Bunny should not have beat Damian Priest. Bad Bunny beat Damian Priest in
He
Puerto
should have
Rico.
beaten. He should have
No,
beaten him.
we're not doing that.
100% he should have beaten Damian Priest.
David Arquette is a former WCW heavyweight champion.
You're so dumb.
Jay Leno and DDP beat Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. Like, let's just. I'm just saying, in the history of professional wrestling, when you have a celebrity wrestling, they win.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H said, "Nah,
not today.
We're gonna give Jelly Roll," and I gave Jelly Roll credit for taking the spot from Logan Paul through the table on the frog splash. I give him credit for taking the Claymore. I give him credit for doing all the things that wrestlers do. But he literally said, "Jelly Roll, you're taking this pinfall."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know.
Randy got his butt kicked a lot of this match, and of course, because he had to hold it down most of this match. Jelly Roll caught a lot of injury as well. I was surprised. I couldn't tell if it was from that spot from Logan Paul. I couldn't tell if it was a work or not, that he was hobbling and being carried out. He did a great job selling. No, he did a great job selling. My point is, I believed it because I was like, this could either be really true that he is this hurt, or he's selling.
Let's be for real. Bad Bunny and Logan Paul have some athletic ability in their body.
Yes.
Jelly Roll is not an athlete. Jelly Roll has zero athletic ability in his body.
Zero. He has zero reason in that ring.
For him to take the spots he did was impressive. They gave him the Mick Foley spot where he's like, "Oh, I'm not leaving. I'm going to come back while everyone's telling me not to." Like, it was very King of the Ring 1998 when Mick Foley got off the stretcher against Undertaker. Like I said, everybody's like, "Jelly Roll, you can't get back in the ring," and he pushes everybody off, and he gets back in the ring, and he gets the hot tag, and he hits the choke slam on Logan Paul. To Logan Paul's credit, I know we hate him as a person. Mm-hmm. To Logan Paul's credit, he was selling for Jelly Roll. When Jelly Roll put that choke on him, 100%. Logan sold him with his eyes that he was actually fearing Jelly Roll. Like I give Logan credit for selling this match.
Absolutely.
Logan might be the MVP of this entirety of this story. And that's crazy to say.
So anyway, Drew and Logan get the win for some reason. And then backstage, they were talking to Drew, and he said maybe he's been getting it wrong all along.
Maybe he wants friends.
And he said it was really good having Logan hold me down, watch my back. And he said maybe I've been doing it this wrong this whole time. Going forward, you might see more of that. As soon as I heard that, I said, no! No, I don't need to see this as a tag team. I don't need to see this as the beginning of a group. I don't need to see them two together. I hate this idea. And if this is, I'm okay with Drew having his own faction or group or whatever the case may be, but I just don't want it to be Logan. They don't mix. Like, their characters, they don't mesh well. It's just so random. It's two random guys being put together, which they love to do on SmackDown. So who knows? Maybe more SmackDown logic. Maybe that's what this is. But my point is I would like him, like, if you bring back Pete Dunne or somebody like that. What happened?
We're not getting Pete Dunne back. He's under a hood. We're going to see him tonight on Monday Night Raw.
So the only reason why that's not necessarily true is because, again, when he's in the Grande Americano and when he's normal, those are two different characters. That's the whole story. That is two different characters. And I just threw his name out there as a what if. I'm not saying him necessarily, but I'm saying someone more aesthetically inclined. I don't care. Put him with Sheamus. I don't care.
That's what I was saying. I was thinking Sheamus. I was thinking League of Nations 2.0.
Do it.
You do Drew, Sheamus, Rusev.
No. I don't think they get to go out and beat each other down the way they've been beating each other down, and this feud not going away, and then suddenly be friends on the same team.
There's a precedent for it. We did it with the Bar. Sheamus has done it.
That's true, because he's an idiot. Oh, God. Okay. But either way, I just don't want to see those two together.
Logan shouldn't be with people.
I agree. He should be by himself. He needs to be just an a-hole, just walking around
But
on dust.
his last two stories, he was with people. He was
Yeah,
with Cena, and now he's with Drew.
yeah,
But he needs to be by himself.
I
He's
agree.
literally called the Maverick. Mavericks don't have friends. You're literally supposed to be by yourself and pissing people off. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Okay. So our main event of night one: CM Punk versus Gunther.
I thought it was a
This
good
was
match.
this was a really good match. This is a really good match. The story is of Punk trying to prove to everybody he's the best in the world, while Gunther is obliterating the crap out of this old man.
Yes.
Because the majority of this match was Gunther, I want to say, definitely the back half of the match.
Yes.
But
Completely in control. Completely
in control of this entire match.
taking over, demolishing my man Punk. Punk, the way it was looking, you would swear that he was definitely going to lose this match because of how beat down and into the ground he was throwing him.
Both these guys' chests were bloody from chops, not just bruised, bloody, like they popped everything. Towards the end of the match, I just didn't like the finish of the match. It's like Gunther is in complete control of the match until he gets busted open, and all of a sudden Gunther sees his own blood, and it's like, oh crap, he made me bleed. Now I'm gonna freak out and lose my composure, and then Punk wins. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're telling me you're this big badass Austrian dude who's fought all around the world, some of the best wrestlers in the world before you got to WWE, and yet the sight of your own blood freaks you out?
Yeah.
Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Like, again, like they make Gunther seem so strong at times, but at other times they make him feel like such a punk. Like he's like,
well, if you notice, for the most part, every time he looks like a punk, it's because he's about to lose the title.
yes, I mean, but that.
Like, he looks strong right up until that moment, right up until he's, it's the night of, and all of a sudden it's like a completely different guy.
Whatever, man. So towards the end, Gunther gets busted open. He starts freaking out. Punk hits a knee in the corner. Punk hits back-to-back GTSs for the 3 count. Punk is your new Raw Heavyweight Champion for 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Which is where I got it wrong. I said Gunther was going to retain, but I said somehow Seth is going to get involved. And I was right about that. Boy, was I right about that.
Yeah, so I picked CM Punk to win, which I got right. You picked Gunther to win with Seth interference.
Yeah.
Neither one of us thought Seth Rollins was going to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on CM Punk after a war with Gunther. Came out Willy Wonka style, where he walks out both crutches and then turns and starts to walk back. And you knew it was a ruse because he started to walk back, but Heyman just stood there still holding the briefcase.
Yeah.
So he takes both
crutches
and throws them to the side. And he, like I say, Willy Wonka's tale, because my mother used to make me watch that movie all the time as a kid. It's the opening scene where everybody thinks he's old, and he throws his crutches down and then does a cartwheel for some reason. It's the most ridiculous scene in the history of movies, in my opinion. But Seth throws his crutches down, takes off his knee brace, and I understand Punk just went through a war with Gunther.
Yes.
And he's probably tired. But Seth Rollins took like 5 years to get that knee brace off and get down to the ring. Like,
I would have left.
I would have ran it's not in Punk's nature,
of course,
to run. It's not his character. He's always going to be looking for a fight, especially that guy who he hates, Seth Rollins. But Seth runs down, taps Jessica Carr on the shoulder, pulls her into the ring, beats Punk down with the briefcase, hands the briefcase to Jessica Carr, says, I'm cashing in. Bell rings, curb stomp, Seth Rollins pins CM Punk. Seth Rollins is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he does the title twirl around the top of his head like NXT days. And then the show goes off the air with all of Seth Rollins' group. They trademarked, the WWE finally trademarked something. They call
The
it the Vision.
Vision.
The
Yeah.
Vision. So maybe that's moving forward. Or maybe Seth, he's just going to be Seth, instead of him being the architect, maybe now he'll be the Vision. Who knows? Seth has a million names. But they all go off the air with them all sitting CM Punk pipe bomb style at Punk's feet while Seth has the championship on his shoulder. Great way to finish off night one, because we said, again, lackluster night one. Not WWE really backloaded and book and put all of their stipulation and title matches on night two. Night one just felt so long to get through at some points.
Yeah. Night 2 definitely went by super fast.
Yeah.
And all of the matches, pretty much for the most part, were fun and exciting. Whereas night 1, it wasn't there. And as we said, if it wasn't for this cash in, we would not be favorably talking about this night 1 at all.
Yeah, because
I think it's great. I kept telling you for weeks on end. I said if Seth isn't coming back right now, I don't know how you continue this story. It's really gonna hurt them. I didn't know what they were gonna do, so I'm glad that now everything's back on track. It's gonna be exciting to see where they go with this now, because the whole thing was he needed to be champion. So let's see what he does with it now.
yeah, they were like telling little things like the last couple of weeks. I mean, I think we should have, because we were the last few weeks. A lot more people were coming around to this is a work. Seth is coming back.
Yeah.
Well, we were saying no, we think he's legitimately hurt, but they were doing a lot of things on TV to telegraph him coming back. Even down to Braun Breaker kept saying, "I'm the leader now," or "This is my group." Right? He said that during the Roman match. He said it last week on Monday Night Raw. And you knew that wasn't going to go over well if Seth was actually hurt.
Yeah.
It was just a centrifuge and whatever to get everybody off, because when he did limp into the ring after Seth cashed in, and I think they changed the way his cash in was probably supposed to go because of Braun's injury. I think Braun probably would have just came out Spirit Punk and then Seth hit the stomp. But he gave the hug to Seth, and he was congratulatory to him moving forward. So I think they were just trying to throw everybody off the scent of Seth coming back so early. It was like it was a fine show. I'm a Seth guy, a 6-time world heavyweight champion now. He needed the title to make Raw interesting, because I'm interested in where Seth goes with this group. All right. Before we move on to night 2, splendid job by Cardi B. You were the standout performer of this entire show. I think we need to have more Belcalis on all of my WWE. No?
That was just so stupid. How are you the host and you only really introduced the show and that's it? After that, they showed you in the crowd once. Like, what are we doing? And then night 2, completely just not there. Like I said, I was telling you how reports were saying she wasn't even going to be there. And she wasn't. There was like no... How is that a host? Why don't we just say Cardi B will be here to introduce the show? That's it. Say that. Introduce show. I know what I'm getting. Host means you're going to see them throughout the night.
I agree.
And you did not. So what was the point in that? It's just so stupid sometimes. The things that they do. Oh, God.
They needed a famous New York City rapper to host WrestleMania.
But it wasn't a host.
I know.
And you said
and
WrestleMania.
I said this to you. SummerSlam. I'm sorry. I've been doing that a lot. SummerSlam. And I said this to you last night. I was like, this was in New Jersey. Maybe I said it Saturday night. But this show felt very country music to me. I'm just saying. There was a lot of it. All right. So then we go into night 2. We get kicked off by Triple H on night 2. Doing his biggest SummerSlam of all time. This is because of you. Thank you. But I have a question. Are you ready? No, I meant, are you? Whatever. It's Triple H. I can't do a Triple H.
I was gonna say I wasn't waiting for you to do this either.
um. So we kick off night two, similar to how we kicked off WrestleMania night two with the women's triple threat match for the WWE Women's Heavyweight Championship. Uh, Naomi comes out, best entrance of the night, being played in by her father, who was apparently his famous bassist guitarist for a band. But it was a really cool spot to have her dad play her in, walk her down to the ring. This match was fantastic. These three women, like we spoke about this last night, if it's not on the same level as the WrestleMania match, it's right there. These three women had a fantastic match. I think Io was trying to give herself a concussion last night because she kept getting kicked in the face. Yeah. Every 3 minutes, she kept forgetting to block a rear boot or a big knee from I was going to call her Jade, from Naomi. Lot of high spots, even paying homage to the finish of the WrestleMania match, where, if you remember, Rhea hit Bianca with the Riptide. She went to pin Bianca, and Io hits the moonsault onto both of them to break up the pinfall, and then pins Bianca to win the championship or retain the championship. They had that same spot in last night's match. Naomi hit her finish, and Io went to break it up, and Naomi moved. She saw her, so she moved, and Rhea ended up taking the moonsault, which was a little homage to that match. So it's really fun. Towards the end, Naomi is out of contention. She's out of the ring, and Rhea hits a riptide on Io from the second rope, and she goes for the pin, and Naomi comes in from behind and rolls Rhea up and grabs her tights for the 3 count. This was a fantastic match. Like I said, the fact Naomi not getting a win with her finish only adds to her heelness, in my opinion. Like if she would have won with her, beat Rhea clean or beat Io clean with her finish, it would have been one thing. But for her to roll up Rhea and hold the tights, you protect Rhea, but you're still showing that Naomi will do whatever it takes to retain her title. Fantastic match. This might have been the match of the weekend for me. It was either this or, believe it or not, the Cody Cena match. Yep. Cody Cena was up there too, because I did not expect those guys to put on that kind of show, and they put on a great match. But this, just from a pure wrestling perspective, I think this might have been the match of the weekend. Fantastic match.
I think it was a really great match. And to your point, I think it was right on par with the WrestleMania match that Bianca, Io, and Rhea had. I have no complaints. This is exactly how it was supposed to go. We called it. We said Naomi was going to win. Sunday night was a lot better for us. Calling
the only thing I think I got wrong was the tag title match, which we'll get into right next.
Yeah, the rest of it we called together.
Okay. Yeah, this is a great match, and Naomi's getting the biggest push of her career. She's multi-time world champion. She's been wrestling different promotions all around the world when she's not in WWE, and it's great to see her, who, like we said, it might be her final run in WWE, getting to put on matches with the top of the women's card, who are also going to be there for a long time after she's gone.
Yeah.
Because Rhea's going to be there. Rhea's only 28 years old. She's going to be there for a long time. Io's in her early 30s. Tiffany Stratton's 26, I think. Like, she's been going out there with the young talent and just having really great matches with them.
I also want to say that a big part of it is also this new gimmick, because the glow wasn't doing it.
No.
This new gimmick of hers and how she's really able to bring so much to the character, and what she's able to do on social media, what she's able to do when she has a backstage something. She's just doing really her best character work as well, not just in ring, but
Mhm.
her character as well, and that's what's helping to elevate her to the next level.
Yeah, and then she was on the post show and she was talking about um, she kind of broke kayfabe on the post show, and she was giving Io and Rhea their praise on how great they are as well, and she's just grateful that she can show how good she is by being in the ring with great talent. So she seems like a really great person and a really great ambassador for wrestling, women's
Yeah,
wrestling, and it's great to see Trinity Fatu Naomi getting pushed the way she is right now.
yeah,
Yeah, so then we get, if that was the best match of the night, in my opinion, this match might be the most fun match of the night, in my opinion. The tables, ladders, and chairs match. This was balls to the wall.
we said
Oh,
it too. What this match had to be, if for nothing else, was just really fun spots.
uh-huh.
And that's exactly what this thing was. I love the fact that we started the match first, uh, giving praise and acknowledgement to the Dudleys and the Hardys, who were
Mm-hmm.
both in attendance. What was it? The 25th anniversary? It was some anniversary of TLC.
20.
Something. Got it.
The
So,
first TLC match was at a SummerSlam. I don't quote me. I don't think it was year 2000. I'll look it up.
okay, but either way, the point is it was the anniversary of something for for TLC, um, and it was dope that they got the acknowledgement that they well
No, you got it
deserved.
right. Yep, first TLC match was SummerSlam 2000. So yeah, 25th anniversary.
There you go. Haha, I did it. Uh, Look at me, the stat guy. Uh, so yeah, it was really fun to start off the match that way, and then for these guys to put on the show that they did was just simply amazing. I love the fact that after the match, Tommaso Ciampa, I don't think it aired. I think it was just on socials, but he was like going off. He's like, they tried to kill a woman.
If you haven't seen the match, Candice LeRae gets into the match, and she tries to get the championships for DIY, similar to how James Ellsworth got the Money in the Bank briefcase for Carmella in the first women's Money in the Bank match, and Johnny Gargano gets bumped, and he accidentally knocks Candice off the ladder, through over the top rope, through another ladder, which was positioned perpendicular from the
And
ring
it broke in half.
and it broke in half. Candice, I give her all the. Candice in WWE is not given the praise she deserves.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic wrestler. She's a good character worker. And like I said, I've said this before. She's the greatest indie women's wrestler of all time. She goes out and she's had a great run in PWG. She was a tag team champion with Joey Ryan. If you've never seen the spot with Cedric Alexander where he hits her with the with his backbreaker and she pops in the sky, is fucking hilarious. But Candice is a worker. She's amazing. So I need to see that because I can imagine Tommaso Ciampa going nuts. A lot of fun spots. Joe Gacy. There was a couple spots for Joe Gacy where they missed. They try to backdrop. This props try to backdrop him onto a ladder. They missed. They tried to put him through a table at one point. He slid off the side of the table instead of the table breaking. I really love the four corner spots where the tables were set up on each side of the ring, and people were just doing splashes to the outside through the tables. Really liked the homage to Jeff Hardy where Tommaso Ciampa is hanging. And it looked like Axiom was about to hit the spear on him, and Tommaso Ciampa, pulled up, and he missed. like,
It was a
but this is
lot. It was a really fun
There was
match.
a lot. There was a lot. I picked We Are Money. I picked Andrade and Phoenix. I don't know what I was thinking to win this.
I
Towards
don't
the
know what
end,
you were thinking either, because when you made the pick, I was like, "What are you doing?"
so to the end, it looked like they had it. They might have had it.
They had it backstage as well. Um, Also on socials, where Andrade basically said, she was like, "Is this it for you guys or whatever?" And he was like, "No, we're gonna stay together." He was like, "We're gonna stay together until we get gold." And he was like looking at Ray, and he was just like, "Okay, we're gonna do this in mano." Da, 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 da. And then Ray was just like, "Okay."
I did not think the Wyatts were going to walk away with these titles and retain. The Wyatts did walk away with these titles. I still don't think that them being tag champions is a good booking decision. I think their motivation should be above championship.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this was just fine. At one point, we got Eric Rowan interfering. At one point, we got B-Fab in this match interfering on behalf of the Street Profits. We got Nikki Cross interjecting herself. Uncle Howdy was trying to get the tag title.
That was the most surprising to me because I don't think that was the first time I've ever seen him get physical.
He's had a couple matches.
Has he?
Yeah. He was in an 8-man tag match once against American Alpha, not American Alpha, American Made.
Never seen it.
He's had a couple of matches.
Okay. Well, for me, that was my first time ever seeing this man get physical, so I was just like thrown off. I was like, what is he doing up there?
Yep. No, but this was a really fun match. Just balls to the wall. Just stuff everywhere. Yeah, the Wyatts win. All right, so then we get our no disqualification match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And
which I called Bayley.
Yeah, you said Bayley is going to interject herself and accidentally cost Lyra this match. I said Bayley is going to turn heel and cost Lyra this match. Bayley did not turn heel. Bayley, towards the end, wrapped a fist around her, a chain around her fist and tried to punch Becky. Becky moves. She hits Lyra. Becky hits manhandle slam. Becky wins. Becky retains. These two women have amazing chemistry. This was a really good match. There were a lot of really fun spots. Lyra spent, I want to say, a third to almost half of this match zip tied, like her hands zip tied together. They did some really cool spots where while she was zip tied, like she jumps, she uses the chairs set up against each other as a springboard into a drop kick. She does a really nice moonsault. It almost looked like she was praying because she's got her hands zip tied together on the moonsault. It's just not that these women don't put on great matches. They put on great matches every time they're in the ring together. I don't want to see this anymore. This is the fourth time going back to NXT over the last 2 years. These two women have had a match for a championship. Lyra is 2-2 against Becky. Like, I don't want to see it anymore. We don't like Lyra's gimmick. We keep calling her Bird Person. I'm done with this. And I don't know how. Are we just going to continue Lyra versus Bayley now? Because Becky's going to be moving on, apparently, possibly to Nikki Bella. Are we just going to continue Lyra versus Bayley moving forward? We move from one feud we don't care about to another feud we don't care about.
They don't know what to do with them. That's the problem. They don't want them in the main event scene. So you keep them in the mid card, but they don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to make it compelling. That's it.
Becky can elevate that championship because she's Becky Lynch, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. But she can't. She needs to have somebody who's on her level wrestling against her.
And that's why we're getting Nikki Bella.
Also, I'm just saying, God, don't start it. I love it. You hate it. Becky's Lynch's theme is fire.
I'm not a fan. It was okay.
I like it.
I think it's about time that she gets a new theme because, again, she's a heel. Give her a heelish theme. I will say that this match was a lot better than their previous matches. I was more entertained than I was for the others.
Their first match was good.
I don't remember.
Lyra won after she got poked in the eyes.
No.
Okay. Well, their first match was really good. All right. Well, that was that. Yeah. Becky retains the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for night 2, this is definitely the lull of the show. Steel cage match between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Jacob. I think he's going to be a star. I think he has the aura. I think he has everything. He's got everything you need to make a monster heel. He's positioned as a babyface right now, but he's got everything you need to make a monster heel moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think this match doesn't work with two guys their size the way they wrestle each other, because it very much felt like I'm watching Rikishi versus Umaga. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like two Samoans who were just doing Samoan things to each other inside of a steel cage.
Which I'm fine with. I don't have a problem with that.
It's just it came off as really boring, and we all knew where this was going. You knew
that's what it is. That's the problem. I don't find the wrestling was the issue. I find that we knew from the get-go exactly what this match was going to be. What did I say?
The MFTs come, Jimmy comes, like
we knew it was going to happen. We knew exactly what was going to happen, and then we knew the finality, which was that Solo was going to retain. There was no surprise. There was no shock and awe. You pretty much gave us a preview of what we were going to watch the night before.
Yeah.
You did nothing innovative. That's what the problem is. Not necessarily the wrestling, but everything around it, story-wise specifically. You know us, we can get over some bad wrestling so long as the story's compelling. But you gave us nothing.
Yeah. Towards the end, they're both cousins are fighting, Jacob's fighting, and Solo's fighting. The MFTs, who have been outside the ring for the most part, just throwing the steel door multiple times into Jacob's face, climb into the ring for some reason. And so Jacob takes down Tangaloa, and Solo's trying to get out. And he pulls him back in, and Jacob puts his body halfway through the thing, and the referee's waiting for Jacob to come through, like he's going to walk out and win the match. And Jacob does the dumbest thing in the world. Jacob could have won the match and said, nah, close that door. Right now it's all gas, no brakes. Yeah, I mean, and he slams the door. and he turns around, and as soon as he turns around, he catches a Samoan spike. Like,
so which is stupid because you could have just won the belt and then gone right in after and continued your onslaught. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for Jacob, this wasn't about winning the belt. This is about getting back at Solo Sikoa.
Yeah.
Right?
Which you could do any given night.
Whatever. So the cousins are fighting. They're both like crawling. Solo's trying to get out. Jacob's crawling over him and trying to pull him back in. Tonga throws the steel cage door into Jacob's head. He hits both of them, Jacob and Solo. And I said this last night. It's like, instead of just pulling Solo out, he does this Tongan war cry, which made no sense to me after throwing the door into his face. And Solo kind of just like falls out of the ring for a championship to retain his title. If Jesse Ventura hated Damian Priest walking out at Saturday Night Main Event to win the match, how does he feel about somebody falling out of the ring to win the steel cage match?
Doesn't work for him.
This was dumb. This was so bad. So then, for some reason, even though Solo won the match, JC Mateo and Tangaloa are still in the ring. Jacob gets up. Jacob takes them both out. They're both laying down on the ground. He sets them up for his version of the prettiest moonsault ever. And then he looks up and he goes, nah. So he walks all the way to the top of the cage. And I'm like, he's going to hit a moonsault from the top of the cage. Both guys get up and he hits the moonsault and basically wipes out Tangaloa for the most part. And he just, stands tall after losing his match. And that's the end of that segment. This was just what it was. Like, I didn't need this.
It could have just been Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The Intercontinental Championship match between Dominic Mysterio and Styles Heat. So, if there's a way to put an homage to Eddie Guerrero in an entirety of a match, they found it. Eddie Guerrero's kayfabe child comes out to the ring first. And then AJ Styles comes out in a lowrider with his son in the passenger seat. He comes out. He's wearing a Latino Heat style shirt that says Styles Heat. He's wearing Eddie Guerrero inspired pants. He's got Eddie Guerrero inspired shoes. Everything, and then he starts doing the shimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this last night. Not every wrestler needs to pay homage to Eddie Guerrero.
I agree.
I understand this is also 20 years since Eddie's famous match against Ray, the custody of Dominic ladder match at SummerSlam. But not every wrestler needs to pay homage to Eddie Guerrero. And if you're going to have somebody pay homage to Eddie Guerrero, have it be Dom. Like, have Dom do all that stuff. Have Dom come in with the lowrider. Have Dom have the stuff. Because the heat he'll get for doing that would be better.
Yes.
Because everybody loves to boo Dom. He's a baby face that people love to boo.
Well, my only thing is, if you're going to pay homage to Eddie, also have the person win.
That's true. Well, at least throughout the course of the match, they were doing things where Eddie did. So they did the chair spot where Dom hits it on the ground and then takes a back bump, and then Styles put it on his head, and the referee didn't know what to do. They did the WrestleMania spot where Dom unties his shoe, and in Eddie versus Angle puts the ankle lock on, and he rips it off, and then Eddie gets to roll up the small package for the win over Angle. And so in this one, AJ Styles went for the calf crusher, and he went for extra torque, and he pulled Dominic's shoe off, and then Dom got the shoe back and hit AJ with it. So they were paying a lot of homage to Eddie in this match. But Dominic Mysterio gets the win, and he gets a win over a former World Heavyweight Champion. I know he has wins over other former World Heavyweight Champions. I think he's beaten Damian Priest with the help of the Judgment Day once. I don't think he's ever beat Cody or Punk, but he gets a win over a former World Heavyweight Champion in AJ Styles. Crowd cheered. Dom's a babyface. He's going to carry the Intercontinental Championship down to Mexico with him when he challenges for the AAA Mega Championship. Dom, I say this all the time, he's got everything to be WrestleMania main eventer one day. And I think they're putting him in spots now where he can, yes, still cheating to win, but he didn't need help from the Judgment
Which
Day.
is what I was going to say, that my version of clean.
Yeah, it's technically clean. It's underhanded what he did.
Yes.
But it's technically clean. I mean, technically, like the boot is a foreign object. I make the point that the boot is part of his ring gear, so you should be able to hit somebody with it.
Yeah.
If you're not going to disqualify Cody for whipping somebody with his belt during a match, you're not going to be like, come on, you know? But Dom gets the win in a fun match. All right, and then we got our main event. Street fight for the WWE Championship. Cody Raheem Rhodes versus John Felix Anthony Cena. And this was fun. This one actually was 37 minutes long.
It didn't feel like it.
It didn't feel like it because it was fun, but they put on a long match. John comes out in the all-black Arial fonted theme, like his heel theme, and then all of a sudden it changes to the bright John Cena, "My Time Is Now" music, and then
he runs to the ring, he does everything. Yep,
he does the babyface John Cena. Cody came out with a really great homage intro by his father, Dusty Rhodes. I don't remember exactly what it said. It was like, if you're a leader, something. It doesn't matter. It was Dusty Rhodes. So, new helmet, silver and gold helmet. Cody came out. We knew Cody was going to win this match.
Yeah.
A lot of kickouts, a lot of false finishes, a lot of AAs. Cody kicked out of I want to say he kicked out of 3 AAs and a super AA at one point.
Yeah.
Cody hit many Cody cutters, including a super Cody cutter, a couple of crossroads. One point, these two guys, I know it's a street fight, and technically it's a babyface street fight, so I didn't think you were going to get a lot of physicality with weapons and everything. But they did fight into the crowd. They did use the barricades. They did use some tables. Towards the end, Cody hits 3 crossroads on John Cena, gets the win, and Cody gives Cena the moment. He's like, "This is your moment. This is your last SummerSlam. This is your last time in MetLife Stadium. Where floor is yours." And he walks out, and Cena celebrates with the fans, and then he goes to take a one step. And I was waiting for someone's music to hit.
Yeah.
And the Brock Lesnar theme came, and I popped because I'm a Brock Lesnar guy. I like Brock. I think he's. I understand why people would be tired of him because it's a lot of the same things, especially in the last 10 years of Brock. Suplex, 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 F5, not a lot of move variety, not a lot of change in his character. Like, I understand why people don't like him, but Brock to me brings a legitimacy to professional wrestling that no one has ever brought to pro wrestling. He's a former UFC heavyweight champion. He's a former mat wrestling champion in NCAA. This guy is a physical freak. He's a monster. I say this all the time, he almost made an NFL team without ever playing a down of high school football or college football, which is amazing. He ran a 4.840 as a 285 pounder. Like, this dude is a physical freak. So whenever Brock's on screen, I'm in awe. But Brock comes out and Brock attacks Cena, and he hits the F5, and the show goes off the air with Brock standing tall. And I know why people don't like him. I know why the internet wrestling community is like, "Oh, Brock again." But I think this is going to be a good feud moving forward for Cena.
Well, I didn't see any of that. What you're talking about, the internet being like, "Oh,
There is.
No, I know people are upset because of the legal issues and stuff like that. Um, but I
Have you
think
not been on TikTok today?
the what?
Have you not been on TikTok today?
I have, and that's what people are going off about, the fact that he's named in the Vince McMahon lawsuit and that he shouldn't be on our TV. That's what I've been seeing. I haven't seen anybody complain about the character or the fact that Brock is back. Like, I haven't seen any complaints. I've seen the "why are we doing this? This is the worst thing WWE's ever done. He has all these allegations towards him and blah blah blah, blah." And like, that's all I've seen. My thing is, I'm not even gonna touch all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, because again, it's all allegations. It's all stuff that has yet to go to court. I'm talking strictly wrestling. Strictly wrestling, I enjoy Brock. I think it's cool every time he comes. He's a spectacle. That's what he is. He comes in, he wrecks stuff, and he goes home. And he's that thing that the hero has to overcome. I was pumped when a few years ago when he had to go through Roman Reigns. I thought that whole feud was hilarious. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was very physical. I loved every minute of it. Same thing's gonna happen here. I love whenever they're, and I said it last night when he first popped up. I said this is John Cena's main obstacle. I know you argue.
No. You said main. No, you said not his main obstacle. You said his arch nemesis or his main guy.
This is his main guy.
Randy Orton.
It's not, though. You can say what you want. It's your opinion, and I respect you. But it's not, though. It's literally, and I would argue it's Brock and CM Punk. Those are the main two. And Brock has always been the guy that comes in randomly out of nowhere and beats the living crap out of John, and he's the obstacle that he's never been able to overcome. And so for him to leave, I think it's perfect for him to have to overcome, because he has to beat him. There's no reason for Brock to win. It's not like you're elevating Brock.
No.
You know what I mean? And I like the idea of, because I know we've been talking about months that he's probably going to leave and he's going to elevate somebody. I like the idea of him not doing it, for the simple fact that, one, I don't think at this stage in his career he needs to elevate anybody. I want to see him in that swan song and leave on a W. Because for years, this man has been elevating people, despite what people are saying and how he squashes people and this, that, and the third, whatever, Super Cena.
I raise you one Wade Barrett.
And I raise you a bunch of people in the last few years. The man has been on a losing streak, elevating everybody and their mother.
The only one that comes to mind is
Austin
Austin Theory.
Theory. Yes.
That's the
Okay.
only one
And
that
he
comes to
helped
mind.
elevate Roman Reigns when he was on his run. There's people you
Roman
could
was
look.
already up. Like that's not a.
Yes, it was. It was helping to elevate. He was. You're talking about Roman when he came back after when he first came with Paul. They were
Yes.
building the man up. He was not up because he had just left and people felt bad for him because he had the leukemia stuff and so on and so forth. But he was not up as a character. Stop it. This was him brand new. We were building the man up when Cena came in and lost to him.
I gotta look at when exactly where in the line of bloodline that match is.
It's in the very beginning.
Okay, I'll look that up while you do this.
You don't need to look it up right now. You can look it up after. The point is that he's done plenty for the industry, and I don't feel that at the tail end of his thing, he needs to be elevating anybody. I feel like he needs to just leave on his W and let us walk away knowing that he overcame his whale.
SummerSlam 21, so less than a year into Roman's bloodline.
Boom, got him.
I still think it's Randy Orton. Anyways, but that's not the point. That's not what we're talking about right now. This will be fun. Brock makes everything fun. Brock as a heel is going to be great. This is why you needed to turn Cena babyface, because you needed these types of matches. You can't do heel Cena and then have Brock be the babyface.
Yeah.
And Brock was the babyface sort of in the last Roman run when Roman was in the bloodline, and Brock was
He
the babyface.
absolutely was. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't have Brock. No one's gonna believe babyface Brock versus heel John Cena. Like that don't make no sense. You needed to turn him back. I still don't like how they turned Cena back. It's just like
lazy.
It was lazy. I have an epiphany. I need to be cheered by everybody again. But it should have been last night. You should have went in with Cena being the heel. Cena loses the title. Cena has the moment with the fans in the ring.
Has the moment with the fans. Has the moment with Cody.
Yeah.
Give him the hug. Give him the shake. He's now babyface. You know, he understands
Same
the
way. You
errors
do
of ways.
everything
the same. And then when he goes to walk away, that's when Brock comes.
Then you have Brock, because now you have the babyface turn, and then Brock comes in as the heel. You can do exactly the same thing.
Yep.
And you can have done it better somehow. Just by not turning him face on SmackDown.
That's it. There's just a lot of questionable booking decisions this weekend. That's what it was. And we're going to get more of that tonight.
Yeah, we're going to start off the show tonight with new World Heavyweight Champion, the Architect, the Visionary, the Revolutionary, the Monday Night Messiah. I got more names for him. I don't think I do. Tyler Black, a.k.a. Seth Rollins. We're going to get that tonight. And then it's going to be interesting to see, like I said, they're going to start that Becky versus Nikki thing. And it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with Naomi moving forward. We know she's going to have her next feud is Stephanie Becker, and they're going to start building towards that. Random thought. The SmackDown... there's 2 tag team championships. I forgot. I was just like, why don't the Wyatt show up on Raw? Because I forgot that there's a Raw tag team title. I was out to be like, wait, why aren't the tag titles unified anymore? Because I forget that Raw has tag team champions. They have the Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. But no, let's see if they have a preview for Raw. Seth Rollins explains how he pulled off the greatest lie in WWE.
Here we go.
That's from Cage Side Seats. Let's see if... Is this the right one? Yes, this is the right one. Oh, are you ready for Sheamus and Rusev again?
Why? Why?
Oh, God. We got Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch appears after her SummerSlam victory. Sheamus and Rusev primed for Titanic collision. Charlotte and Alexa come to Raw as your new tag team champions. And that's all they have announced for Raw. We'll get Seth Rollins kicking off the show, but that's all they have announced. I just feel like I upset you with Sheamus and Rusev.
That is so upsetting, bro. And why announce it? That's the type of thing that makes me not want to watch.
This is match 3. This is match 3, right?
Sure. Does it matter? Does it matter? They're not going to stop. Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
More SmackDown logic on Raw.
I got nothing. We'll see who challenges Alexa and Charlotte for the tag titles. It's gonna be Raquel and Roxanne again.
It's either that or it's gonna be 2 superstars they throw together randomly.
They'd have to bring them up from NXT because there's no one on that. There's no females on that Raw roster either. Who's not named Lyra, Becky, Bailey.
Okay, Lyra can't go for the.
Lyra's not teaming with Bailey. We just had this a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Lyra can't go for the Intercontinental title while Becky's champion. We're not doing Bailey and Lyra.
You don't know that.
God.
My glasses are crooked, like super crooked. Anyways,
Yeah.
Okay, but that's SummerSlam. So overall, for the most part, again, if you look at it as a whole, it's a successful weekend, right? Because night 1, you start off okay with the first match, you end it good with the main event. Everything else was lackluster.
Yes.
Night 2, everything was fun, except for the middle match, which was the Solo and Jacob, right? That's your low. And then everything else was fun after that. And you started with a great match and you ended with a great match. So overall, success. But yeah, so tonight we'll be watching Raw, and we'll see you guys on the next one, which is tomorrow.
It could either be good or it could be really bad. We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, as always, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the follows. The TikTok is growing. We got some new followers on YouTube. We definitely want to see you guys join us on the Spotify as well. But yeah, keep them coming. Keep the comments. Keep all that. We want to grow this community, and we appreciate you as always. Next one.
Say peace.